I'm not sure if I want to continue dating my boyfriend. Me, 20F, and my boyfriend, 26M, have been together for 7 months. He has only been to my house 3 times and looked uncomfortable all 3 times and complained about the travel time, 20 minutes by car with little traffic, while I am over at his at least twice a week. I would constantly invite him over, but each time he would explain he had plans with his housemates. Almost every weekend he is going out and partaking in drinking, drugs, house parties, etc. But rarely invites me to go out to these events. I've been to these events 4 times. If I want to organize a date and do something that I enjoy for a change, like going to the museum, it is like trying to convince a toddler to eat his vegetables. I am legally an adult, but live with semi-strict parents that I respect, and he frequently tells me that I don't have to listen to them and I can do whatever I want, even if it will disappoint them or insult them. We had an argument when it took me the expected amount of time to get to the date destination from my university lab. He complained that I took too long and made him wait for such a long time to get dinner, and that he wasn't impressed with my organization skills. I'm not sure how to feel, as I quite liked him. Too long did not read. Boyfriend is inconsiderate and avoids doing activities I enjoy or complains about said activities. Not sure if the relationship will last. You have been together 7 months. What you see is what you get. If the dynamic bothers you now, end it. I think you already know that you don't want to date him anymore. It's just a pain in the ass to break up. Don't fall victim to inertia. This dude doesn't deserve another 20 minutes total from you, let alone drive time. What things do you even share in common? He doesn't want to do anything that you invite him to, and he doesn't invite you to anything he does. Please do not continue dating him. I know it might be hard, but you should be with someone who doesn't make you question anything. He seems like he doesn't care about you. I am sorry. My ex used to be so happy to come over even though it was a 30-minute drive. Ask yourself why a 26-year-old wants to date a 20-year-old. You're probably cool, but women are cool at 26 too, so he probably acts in a way that a woman his own age wouldn't tolerate long enough to date him. He sounds like a loser. Stop wasting your time. He might be older, but you've outgrown him long ago. It doesn't sound like you like him very much. You should break up with him. Mayor. Just for reference my boyfriend drives at least 40 minutes to see me, even just for an hour. You shouldn't have to convince your boyfriend of doing something together. It should be an agreement. It will hurt to break up, but maybe it would be the right thing to do. There are plenty of loving and supportive people out in the world. Love should not feel hard or tedious, it should feel freeing. I wouldn't even call this friends with benefits. You mean squad to him. You deserve someone who cares. Find someone who wants to be a part of your life and wants you to be a part of theirs. He's treating you like a side thing. Just do yourself a favor and call it and break up with him. It's going that way and it will save you some time. I grew up with super strict parents. I ended up rebelling and marrying the first guy who gave me attention. Ended in divorce in my mid-20s. Please know you are worth so much more than how this boy is treating you. Then don't continue to date him. This isn't boyfriend material. I would get out now. Hell, I wouldn't call him a man, just a boy with that behavior. Reading this made me very angry. This little boy has issues he needs to work out. I think best advice is actually to break it off, as crappy as that sounds. From what you stated, it seems in no time he will be trying to control your every move. And #X200B. Best of luck. I hope you find someone, but get that education and have some fun. Please break up with him ASAP. Don't waste your time. Doesn't sound like you are a priority to him. There are better fish in the sea that will see your worth and value and treat you as such. He sounds like a bad influence. He also sounds like he doesn't prioritize you in his life. You deserve better. Follow your gut. I can only speculate from what you posted, but it seems like he is not worth your time. You've been together for 7 months and this is how he treats you. Your first year together should feel like you are completely love-struck. Don't get me wrong. After that, the love becomes more intense and you feel more comfortable, but the first year is filled with a euphoric rush. Don't settle for less. Let that man go mango. Do not waste your time with this one any longer. Let's put the fact that he does not value your time on the back burner. It is important, yes, but I'm sure you know this. He does not want to be around your family and does not share the same family values. This will be a constant point of contention. It really is better to nip this in the bud. Something like family values, whether it be his or yours, should align or at least be compatible. Please don't waste your precious time, emotions, and energy on this person. He has no respect for you or your parents. You only have two parents, men come and go. Why are you wasting time with this loser? Are you happy in this relationship? Does talking to him and communicating your needs, worries changes anything? Is it only the physical attraction that you cannot let go of? Ask yourself what makes you happy and what does not. Is there a way to achieve happiness with him? If not, move on. You are too young. The more you spend in this relationship, the more codependent you may get and make it even harder to see things objectively. Also, not sure what you mean by drugs, weed. But anything more serious may lead to addiction. There is a high chance that there are other stuff happening you are not aware of, possibly making out with other women and sex. Please be careful on not cathing any STD from him. Good luck. It sounds like he doesn't want to put any effort into your relationship, and wants you to do all of the work. The nice thing about dating, it's the way you see if you're a good fit with the other person. Obviously, in this situation, the give and take is not balanced. I'm not sure what you like about this person, who doesn't see to treat you with respect, doesn't share many interests and feels it's okay to be disrespectful towards your parents. Relationships are about cooperation, compromise and mutual respect. Sounds like your boyfriend has none for you. Nah. Primarily because he's partying on the weekends. Once the honeymoon period runs out, you'll be left with an immature loser who doesn't consider your feelings and has no desire to grow as an individual, as he already puts that before hanging out with you on the weekends. So no, dump his ass. My boyfriend drives over 2 hours to see me. It's pretty obvious your boyfriend is whiny SND selfish if he won't drive 20 meters 8 nanoseconds to see you but expects you to do it. You don't like him anymore, nor should you. He's bringing nothing to the table. Don't waste any more of your precious youth on a man who doesn't add value to your life but actually drains you. I am legally an adult, but live with semi-strict parents that I respect, and he frequently tells me that I don't have to listen to them and I can do whatever I want, even if it will disappoint them or insult them. Don't let this get to you. Trust your own judgment of how to manage your relationship with your parents. Do what's best for you. This is such a clear ploy to draw attention from his inability to show up for you, a type of triangulation in relational terms. I see much better for you in the future. Always trust your heart. You will have to do some work to convince yourself that you deserve much better, maybe even much better than how even your family has treated you. Better not waste your time on this person. You should move on. It won't change, he won't change. There's something keeping you with him and you need to be honest with yourself about what that is. Is it that when you are together everything seems lovely? Is it that the sex is good and you have a connection? Whatever it is, if you really examine it, it probably isn't enough. We've all been there. My boyfriend and I are medium LDR, 45 malines 1.5 hours depending on traffic, now. And in the beginning 2 months we dated, we were even further. He was in SJ, I was in Sokol, and he'd fly every weekend to see me. Currently, every weekend, almost 8 months in, he drives to stay over, or once a while I go over to hang out in his city, then we stay over at my place for 2-3 nights. I make him feel welcomed and special in his visit, and so does he with his efforts to come with occasional surprises and workarounds for his responsibilities. Your boyfriend is not worth it for complaining about 20 simple minutes. Stop going to his house and calling him, and see how long he sticks around for. It sounds like he's just in it for the sex, since there seems to be zero compatibility otherwise. And #X200B. It's sounding like he's a zero-effort kind of guy who isn't nice to you at all. And #X200B. You can do so much better than this. It's early days, best to just let this one float off into the ether so that you can find someone who deserves you and treats you kindly and with respect, and, most importantly, with whom you have common interests. I think you already know he's not a keeper. He does drugs, for one. He disrespects you and tells you to disrespect your parents. He won't take you on nice dates, and it appears that seeing him is all on his terms. You can like someone but also know that they aren't good for you. Why is this even a question? Remember that the point of dating is to weed shitty partners out. Not to see how much you can put up with, but to have high standards so your quality of life is good moving forward. In that way, breaking up with crummy people is basically the most important part about dating. He seems self-centered. Doesn't seem like a great future for you two. You can continue to hold on and see if he's willing to change, but I doubt he will. He has other interests. This isn't a great dynamic. Also, you two are at very different stages in life and he doesn't sound positive, supportive, or like he lifts you up in any way. You're in a one-sided relationship with a selfish man who only cares about his wants and needs and someone who's not that into you. If he can't drive 20 minutes to see you, that's legit sign the guy doesn't want to see you or make the slight effort to spend time with you. He doesn't like your hobbies or wants to partake in them. He wants to do his thing with his people and excludes you from his hobbies. I mean, these are red flags floating all over you. Please don't ignore them. The relationship is kinda over from his point of view. He's just being a jerk, so you break up with him. My last relationship had much of the same issues as yours. If you aren't happy, please end it before going too far. Dude, you guys are just not compatible. Completely incompatible. Find someone who is. You're definitely his side chick. I would get out ASAP. You're young, and you're having serious, legitimate doubts about your partner, relationship. One thing I've learned as I've gotten older is if something isn't fulfilling your needs or is bringing you down, or is regularly upsetting you, it's not for you. This can apply to just about everything in life, but in your case, it's your man. Get rid of him and live your life. Do things that make you smile and bring you joy. And if someone gets in your way or tries to stop that, they're not one of your people. Heart. He is not being empathetic towards you. He doesn't feel that trouble you go through because he focuses on his own feelings on the matter. Another consequence is that he will expect you to be like him, and he won't consider your opinion, values. Any difference in fundamental values is gonna end up in a fight with you giving in to his values because he won't want to meet in the middle. You already see it in him criticizing the way you respond to your parents, trying to change that response. I don't know if this empathy is important to you, you make your own decision. But are you ready to accommodate everything you are for him? You are 20 years old girl and you have so much life to live. You've only dated this guy for 7 months. Why hang on to someone who is already such a disappointment? Remember, date the guy you want, not the guy you hope he will be. My boyfriend drives right after 8-hour shifts for an hour to my place to spend 2 days with me. This is not someone that loves you. You should probably leave. He doesn't sound like a boyfriend to me. He just enjoy to have you around when it's convenient for him and if he has zero effort to make. Boo. I dated a guy like this for 4 years. Get out op. He's a loser. Don't waste another moment of your life on him. Time to move on. No need to waste your 20s with this person. You can like someone but not be compatible. It can be a hard pill to swallow, but compatibility and respect make a relationships work in the long run, not crushes.